Good morning. I'm Susan Haney, and I'd like to welcome you this morning, this rainy morning, to the Presbyterian Church of Lowell. The last time I was here, we talked about Leah, and I promised that today we would talk about Rachel. So today I'm here to talk about Rachel. Now, if you recall, Rachel and Leah are sisters, and Jacob, their husband, loved Rachel, but he didn't love Leah. And Leah had a lot of issues because her husband didn't love her. Rachel had some issues too. You know, I think that today our society is really too focused on having the perfect wedding. Because what's really important in life is not the perfect day or the perfect dress or the perfect wedding. It's more about the relationship that comes afterward. It's about the marriage. That being said, I also think that every woman deserves to be her queen for that day, that she deserves to be beautiful, to be lauded, and to be the center of attention. Well, Laban, the daddy of Rachel and Leah, stole that from both women. Neither woman had the opportunity to have her day and to have it be all about her, because he decided that he had to deceive Jacob. They both were hurt in the situation. If you remember, Laban said, "Oh, just keep Leah for a week and then you can have Rachel too." Well, gee, thanks, Daddy. And that's what both of them had to have thought. And that set up a difficult relationship between the sisters. Now, if you'll go and look at Leviticus 18, I think it's verse 18, that chapter talks about how many people, what are appropriate and inappropriate marriage relationships. And one of the inappropriate marriage relationships is for a man to be married to two sisters. It's a shame Laban and Jacob didn't know that, because it was a bad situation. Go back and read Genesis 29 and you'll see some of the bad things in that relationship. There's one incident involving mandrakes. Now, we don't really know what a mandrake is, but it was thought to be a fertility aid. So, of course, Leah, the fertile one, has access to the mandrakes, and Rachel, the infertile one, does not. So they get together, and Leah says, "All right, you can have some mandrakes if I get Jacob tonight." Really? Wow. Talk about a strained relationship. But as I've thought about this, I've considered it some more, and the thing that I think makes me the most angry is the way that God decided to deal with that. Again, if you go back and you read that 29th chapter of Genesis, you'll find that God said, "Okay, Leah, Jacob doesn't love you, so I'll let you have a lot of children. And Rachel, since Jacob does love you, I'm going to close your womb. I'm not going to let you have any children." It's as if God is trying to level the playing field. Let each one have a little bit of something, something, something so that they'll be happy. Well, first of all, that didn't work. It didn't level anything. It didn't help any situation. And that makes me angry with God. I know that there are those of you who are listening to this who are offended when I say that I'm angry with God and that I don't like the way that he chose to deal with it. Well, if we believe that our God is all-knowing and all-powerful, and those of us who are Christians affirm that, then God already knows how I feel about it. God already knows that I'm angry with him over the way that these two women were treated, not only in their own family, but by God himself. So I might as well come clean and admit to God that I'm unhappy with him. And I might as well admit it to myself. Because I'm here to tell you that our God can handle it. Now, God's actions were not finished when he opened Leah's womb and he closed Rachel's. Because later on, God did allow Rachel to have two children. the women also decided that they would give their maids to Jacob as concubines so that they could be surrogate mothers. You know, it's just incredible how crazy things get. But isn't that what life is like? So know that God can take it if you're angry with him, if you don't like the way that God has decided to deal with something. And know that God's word isn't done. And God's word will not be done until the end of time. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll look forward to talking with you again next week about another woman from the Old Testament. And I hope you have a great day. Be safe.